February 2nd, Sunday night, Globex. Hope you guys can hear me. We have a bit of a get-together in the house. It is loud, but I'll do my best here. So this is the 987 Hakinashi chart, trading one contract. Let me show you the template here. So it's trading one contract, $1,000 target, $800 stop. Give me just 1 minute. I'll tell you why I went long here. All right, so why long after such a big sell-off on Friday? So first of all, for me, the break of 91.35 was completely unexpected. And I said once they break it, then it's 9,060 and an extreme number of 89.70. So now, toward the end of the day, they did test the 89.70. But if you take a look at like a 5-minute chart, you're going to see they just touched it, dug into it a little bit. I think the low was around 65 or 66 or so. And then they bounced out like a bat out of hell. So that was a complete rejection of that zone. And then again, as Globex opened, again, take a look in your chart and you're going to see that the 89.70 was tested right out of the gate. I think the low was like 75, so they couldn't quite even get there. And there was a very sharp move higher. So at this point, I am very comfortable to say that unless they're going to break 89.70 to 89.50. And by the way, that will have a severe consequence. Maybe I'll talk about it a bit later. But as long as they hold 89.70 to 89.50, which they should, tonight into tomorrow, we should definitely see 9,060. And I would say they have to get to 91.35. I think they need to get there. They don't have to close the day above it, but they need to get there. They need to touch it. So that's why on this NASDAQ chart, it's the 987 Hakinashi, very reliable chart for this kind of a trade. Only trading one contract because, as you know, from now until further notice, I will not be trading during regular session times. I will be extremely busy with my new venture, so I'll be trading Globex either overnight or early in the morning. I see a great opportunity here, so I'm just trading one contract and going for 1,000, risking 800 will give it some room to breathe in case they need to test some lower numbers, but I'm confident at the end 89.70 is going to hold. 9,060 will be hit and 91.35 will be hit tonight or tomorrow. So also, depending where we are, it's too early to say at this point, but I'm going to probably leave the open range filter trading without me. Again, just one contract, and depending where we are, either a $500 target or a $1,000 target. Again, I'm going to have to see as I'm closer to tomorrow morning. So that's the thinking. This is the trade, and I will give you a recap tomorrow when I come back. Well, I am back February 3rd, Monday afternoon, about 1:30. So it is done, closed on the office building. Now the work starts. This was the easy part. Closing on it was the easy part, and now I'm going to have to get to work. But anyway, I'm sure you don't care about that. Let's take a look at the chart. So I did leave the open range filter 500 tick, open range filter running, as I said I would. And here it is. Maybe make it a bit bigger here just to have a closer look. So taking a long right out of the gate, this is the way I like it. I mean, clean, beautiful, absolutely zero heat on this trade. So if we can take a look here, looks like 9:30 and 27 seconds when the trade happened. So trading just one contract. And here it is, hitting the $500 target around 9:34 and 3 seconds. So less than 4 minutes. And the Autotrader gets in. I was not even home for this. I just left the Autotrader on longs. So as long as price, a bar closed above the open range filter, it's a blue bar. So everything qualifies for a long trade. Autotrader takes a long and manages the trade and gets out with a profit, and I'm not even home. So this was the template $500 target, $500 stop, trading one contract, no any kind of break even, everything's false. Again, was looking for the higher prices. Let me bring out the Hakinashi. So here is the 987 Hakinashi chart. As I showed you yesterday, at least I hope I showed you yesterday, it was a very loud evening, so between the Super Bowl and just friends coming over. So it was a $1,000 target, $800 stop, trading one contract on this template. The precision trend exit was disabled, so when bars turned red, Autotrader stayed with the trade. I'm gonna have to make it smaller, so let me just squish it up a little bit because it was taken last night when like 7:30, around 7:30 p.m. Globex Open. Here it is. Was taken right over here, and yeah, throughout the night into today, but then boom, hits the target of $1,000. So again, you know, could this be done manually, you know, without the Autotrader? Well, someone would have to have nerves of steel, which I definitely do not. All this up and down in action and sideways and being up and then being down. I mean, imagine being up in the trade and then all of a sudden you're down a whole bunch of points. Very difficult to handle. Luckily, I was asleep. I wasn't looking at this at all. But the Autotrader does not care. Autotrader trading emotion-free, takes the trade, follows the template, and gets out. So, and beautiful trade. Pretty much looking at the chart today, everything I thought would happen did happen. They did hit the 91.35, selling off from there. Not unexpected, you know, the 91.35 is a price completion. Came a bit short of the 91.65, which would have been the next kind of intermediate stop. But again, nothing that is unexpected or nothing that is abnormal. This is a completely normal market behavior. The question is, now that's, what is it, like 1:30? So I have 2.5 hours. In theory, maybe enough time to take a long. Not sure. I mean, definitely, I don't think I'm going to trade. I just my head is spinning after after today. It's a very big step for me with that purchase. But so I don't think I'll be trading. But just a request. If you remember, I was a while ago speaking about giving away a funded account, and I still want to do that, but this can only happen with your help. I have no control over this. You see, the funding company knows that if they allow me to give away an account, chances are the person receiving this account is going to blow the account. Again, it's nothing insulting. It's just the reality that if someone cannot pass the evaluation process, how are they going to handle a funded account? You know, so, I mean, one trader just straight out said no. Earn to trade is, they didn't say no. They didn't say yes either. So what they want to see is they want to see engagement in those videos. So they want to see comments. They want to see, you know, like buttons being pressed. A lot of you, well, I should say a number of you, leave comments almost every video, and I thank you for that. We need more. So if you can share these videos with friends, family, if you can post them on social media, if we can make these videos more popular, if we can have more engagement, that I think will convince the funding company to kind of take a chance, and knowing that probably they will lose the $3,000 max drawdown, but in return they would get name recognition. So I'm sure they will be willing to trade $3,000 for name recognition. But for that to happen, there needs to be more engagement, and that is nothing that I can do. If you have any suggestions how I can make these videos more exciting, please, you know, let me know. I don't get insulted if you say, you know, you need to improve this or that. Believe me, I do not get insulted. I always look in everything I do to get better and to improve. I know there is always room for improvement. I know I also know that, you know, in the near future at least, these videos, if anything, are going to be not as exciting because they're going to be very few actually recorded live videos, because that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to trade the bigger picture. So there's no way I can leave a recording writing for 25 hours. You know, it's just not going to happen. So, you know, a lot of it's going to be, hopefully I can catch the other trader getting into a trade, then talk about the trade, and then kind of show a recap of that trade, which is not as exciting as live videos. I completely understand that, but that's all I can do at this point. Even that would be difficult, given the situation that I'm in. Also, if you want to just write some numbers down that I think will be important for this week, and maybe this is something I can kind of do on weekly basis, if you like. And again, in a comment, leave a comment if it's something that you want to do, or you have no interest. So of course, 89.70 down to 89.50, 9,060, 91.35, 91.95, 92.57, and then a wild card on both ends. A wild card on the high side, 93.46. 93.46, and that should happen upon closes above 92.57. On a downside, 87.90. 87.90 upon a break of the 89.50. So those last numbers, like the wild cards to the upside and downside. And other than that, I mean, we might be in some kind of a range this week. It's very early to tell. It's only Monday. But at least as things happen, maybe you can combine these numbers with your own work and see if they can help you. Looking forward for your comments. Thank you, and see if I'm going to have a trade this afternoon, and if not, see if I'm going to have anything during Globex.